What is up, beautiful family? You guys are having a great Tuesday morning, ready to take some action, ready to win today. Today, I'm going to be putting you guys on that sauce for you guys that have that victim mentality, for the ones that are saying that it's never your fault, that why is this happening to me? All of those questions that you ask yourself, we're going to conquer that today. We need to cut it from the root, first of all. And all need to understand that we have our ups and downs in life, right? Bad things might happen to you or someone you know, but there are some people who claim it is never their fault. They argue that they have no control over the tough situations and problems they encounter. It is simply always happening to them. Victimhood can become a part of somebody's identity. And this is a disgusting aspect. If you are around somebody like this, either you have to cut them off or help them fix it. If they're always blaming other people for their circumstances, for example, if you have a friend that doesn't make any money and they start blaming their parents or blaming their circumstances, oh, well, I'm African American or I'm a woman or whatever you guys want to say. I don't know. I don't really care. So they're going to use that fact, or they're going to use that excuse of why they can't change their life, why they can't make money because they're a woman or because they're African American or because they're white or whatever, right? Because their circumstances aren't their fault. But you have to understand that taking accountability for everything that has happened in your life so far is extremely important. People who constantly blame other people for situations for the events in their lives have a victim mentality. Okay. So now, what does it mean? What is a victim mentality? It's not my fault. It's not my situation. It's not my problem. Someone who acts from a place of victimhood claims things that happen to them are the fault of someone or something other than themselves. It might be the fault of their partner, family, coworker, friend, or the way the world is. They frequently complain about the bad things that happen in their lives. They are reluctant to take personal responsibility, asserting that the circumstances aren't in their control. So if you have these people in your life, you have to understand that they're going to be detrimental for your success. If they're always negative about what's going on, if they're always complaining about all the bad things, and they're never positive about a damn single thing, leave them alone. Okay, people who have a victim mentality usually it causes from some sort of trauma or hard times or whatever, but they haven't really found a healthier way to cope with this, right? So as a result, they develop a negative view of life, just looking at life as such a negative thing where they feel that they don't have any control over what happens to them. They don't put in the work, so now they start blaming other people for their circumstances. And I've seen this so many times. It's like my life didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Well, it's probably because you didn't put in the work. It's probably because you didn't do what was necessary to get to your goals or to conquer your dreams, right? Because they don't think that anything is their fault. They have a little or no sense of responsibility in their lives. It just happens to them. It's just God being a bad guy, which I could tell you he's not. But in term, that's what a lot of these people think, and most of them think it is if someone is in a negative situation, they try to blame God or why am I in this situation? Why is this happening to me? You have to understand that these are all positive opportunities for growth most of the time. I understand things could get hard. Believe me, man. I went came came from nothing. Like not nothing, but you know what I mean? Like I lived in a I would say middle class upbringing, and that's just not enough. Nowadays, it's not enough. But I'm not going to sit here and blame anybody else for that circumstance. I'm going to put things into my own hands and take control over my own life. It is that simple. Okay. And I've seen it so many times that if people try to help the negative victim mentality people, they're always prepared with a list of reasons and a list of excuses of why that will not work, why they can't do it. People will try to help them often, and they're usually left frustrated and confused. So that's why they leave, right? And me personally, I never had the victim mentality, but I want to make sure that I can put you guys on this sauce Make sure that you guys aren't blaming other people for your circumstances, or making sure that you're living your life to the fullest potential. Okay, so now it's usually of why. Why be a victim? Why do people behave this way? And there are several benefits to adapting a victimhood mindset. There's no accountability, first of all. Being accountability for your life means you're in the driver's seat. You take responsibility that can be scary to someone who has the victim mentality. You would have to admit life isn't the result of the actions of others. Taking responsibility bursts protective bubble of victimhood. Okay, so like I've said, if you are in a situation that you don't like, you want to change your situation, change your situation. Take accountability for that situation because it is likely your fault. If you got cheated on, it is your fault. And why? Why is it your fault? Because you're probably not the person that she desires to be with, right? You're probably not improving yourself. You're probably not doing anything about it. Okay, you're just sitting here in the same place and doing the same average things that everybody else does. And now you understand why. Now there's a secondary gain as well. Some people's problems continue because of the secondary benefits. Sympathy, attention, and access to medication or funds are common examples of secondary gain. With a victim mentality might not even realize they are getting these benefits and often truly feel distressed. You have to understand the positives of this life. If you have everything that you've ever wanted, why have the victim mindset? Why be blaming people for your circumstance? Because if it's up to me, I've put in the work for myself. I've done the things for myself to get me in the driver's seat today. Okay. And it was years and years and years of consistent action. And that's why I don't blame anybody or have any secondary gain. Okay. Also, this is extremely important. It satisfies the unconscious needs. Okay. People with a victim mentality, especially when it comes from past trauma, unconsciously seek validation and help from others. They played the poor me, I'm ugly card consistently. This can generate sympathy and help from others, right? So they don't even know that you're doing it. They're saying it unconsciously. They're doing things unconsciously. Do I look good in this? If you don't have any confidence in yourself, most people really aren't going to want to take you under their wing, okay? And it's really important to understand this, to understand who you are and understand those needs and not be blaring them out loud. Like I don't mean to be talking like trash on anybody, but I was coaching one person and it was always of like, do you think I look good? Do you think I could get girls? Do you think? He had no idea he was doing it, but I could see right through it. I knew exactly what he was doing. He's trying to get the validation from me. Yeah, bro, you look good. You can do it. I'm not going to do it though because I know what he's doing, but he doesn't know. So that's where the coaching began and the change came in. Okay. So a lot of people with the victim mentality as well, they don't take risks. And my bad, I'm picking at a little blister, but they don't take risks. Okay. Projecting blame on others is a key part of the victim mentality. It's a way to avoid being truly vulnerable and taking risks. I've seen it so many times of like, I hate my situation, but I'm not willing to take a risk. But I'm not willing to start the business. But I'm not willing to cut off all my expenses. I'm not willing because your ego's too big. Simply, you're not willing to cut out the things that you don't even need because your ego's too big. Okay. So here are the signs that you have a victim mentality, victim mindset, whatever you want to call it. It's normal to be unsatisfied in some parts of your life, right? I'm very unsatisfied with a lot of parts of my life, like my body. I want to be 230 pounds lean. I'm close. I'm 200 pounds, but still, I want to be making $1 million a month, but still, you know. But it's important to look at the bigger picture. Look at your future. If you notice similar patterns across different areas of your life, you might have a victim mentality. Very easy, bro. Like, I know my mindset is perfect. My confidence is perfect. Yeah, there's nothing I don't really need to change. I'm not going to sit here and be stagnant with a financial or body situation. I want to be improving all the time, okay? So, the first step to solving a problem is to identify the problem and acknowledge the problem. Look for these signs in yourself to see if you might have adopted a victim mentality, okay? You blame others for the way your life is. Number one. Number two, you truly think life is against you. Number three, you have trouble coping with problems in your life and feel powerless against them. Number four, you feel stuck in life and approach things with a negative attitude. Number five, you feel attacked when somebody tries to offer helpful feedback. I see this all the time. I'm gonna go for a little rant. There's three more, so I'll just okay. So feeling bad for yourself gives you relief or pleasure. Stop feeling bad about yourself. First of all, that's disgusting. If you're in a situation that you don't like and you're gonna sit here and pout and cry about it, all you're doing is releasing dopamine for yourself so you can feel good and feel pleasureful in that moment. Okay? You attract people who blame others and complain about their life. How many times have I said this? You attract what you are. But nobody's listening. It's not up to me though. It's not my life that I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change your life. And if you have the victim mentality, I recommend that you watch this whole video. Okay? It's difficult. I think this is 6 or 7, 8, 8. It's difficult for you to examine yourself and make changes. How many times have I said this? That so many people are so scared of change, so scared of changing their aspect, changing the way their life works, that they just sit here and do the same thing forever and ever and ever and ever, right? It's really easy, man. You have to understand self-awareness. Have self-awareness in yourself. If you're one of those people and you're complaining about why you can't have friends because nobody wants to be around a negative Nancy. Nobody wants to be around somebody who is, oh, do I look good in this? What do you think? Nobody wants to be around that, right? You have to have confidence in yourself. You have to have the ability in yourself to know that you could conquer the world if you wanted to. Okay? Really easy. Self-awareness is key to self-improvement, right? Self should make a ton of sense. Probably doesn't, but whatever. Anyway, your ability to understand who you are and what you do, the negative aspects of your life, horrible. Cut those things out right now. And I understand. We all go through things. We all have the traumas. But if you're viewing life as a negative experience, life is beautiful. Life is great, dude. You can do anything in this life. You can do anything you want. And you're gonna sit here and blame somebody else for your circumstance. Crazy. All right. So now, how to stop being the victim? How to actually lock in and stop complaining about everything and being a negative Nancy. Okay, we don't like that. Number one. Oh well, not number one, not yet. Victim mentality is a learned behavior. We know this, right? We've studied it as humans. We've studied the victim of who we are and why we do this, why we do these things. In other words, it's not something you're born with. It's something you learn in a social environment. It can be learned from family members or the result of trauma. However, you having the power to overcome it will take the first steps today. Okay. So number one, extremely important, taking responsibility for your life. You are the only one who controls your actions. If you fall into temptation, whose fault is that? That's your fault. If you're poor, whose fault is that? Your fault. It's really easy, bro. But you have to understand taking responsibility for yourself. You might not be able to take control of others, right? But you can control how you react to them. So if someone says something to you that you don't like, brush it off the shoulders. Oh well, big deal. Who cares? It's not that big of a deal. Like, stop getting your panties all twisted. It's not worth going to jail and beating somebody's ass for a comment that somebody made. It's not worth it. Okay? But you control who you spend your time with and live and where and who you are, right? Realize your potential and get in the driver's seat of your life. Stop being in the passenger seat. Stop being the backseat driver to your life, because we all hate the backseat drivers. Take a turn right here. You're sitting in the backseat, bro. Calm your ass down, okay? So now, self-care and compassion. Victim mentalities are subconsciously adopted as a way to cope, often from past traumas, like I've said, but be compassionate to yourself. In your recovery, practice self-care and self-love. Journaling is going to help you significantly. It is going to help you significantly. I cannot recommend journaling enough. If you don't journal, and don't use it as a procrastination tool. Do not do that, because I fell into the same trap. Don't do that, okay? All you need to start journaling, check this out. I don't think you guys are ready for this. All you need is this. And then look, watch this. All you need is this. It only costs like 15, not even $15, like $4. And if you're complaining about $4, you need to change something about your financial situation. Okay? Now, I made a whole video about this, about saying no. So I'll link that right here, whatever. But you can say no to something you don't want to do. It's okay, even if the other people feel like you're letting them down. It's totally fine. Take care of you, take care of your energy, and take care and prioritize yourself. It might sound crazy or narcissistic, but if you want to win, bro, it's going to take a lot of you being selfish. You got to stop going to the parties. You got to stop hanging out with some of the friends that you hang out with. My hair's a little cookied right now. Oh, well. Not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal, okay? But you have to start saying no, bro. Who cares if you're letting people down? Like, you first of all, you shouldn't even be worried about somebody else or anybody else at this point, because it's you. Selfishness is going to be great in your life. I know, narcissisticity, blah, blah, blah. Say what you want. I don't really care, okay? Now, this is probably the most important thing, is educating yourself. If you leave high school or leave college and you stop learning, you're probably going to be a waste of life. Just saying. Read the books about the victim mentality, or and how it affects your life. Understand it. Research it. Go look it up on Google for all I care. I don't care. Or watch this video, right? I'm literally giving you guys a roadmap on how to stop being a little bitch. I remember I said I was going to stop cussing, so we're going to spell things out. But also, consider seeking therapy, talking to somebody about it. The more you educate yourself on the topic, the more likely you are able to stay track with the recovery and avoid going back to your old ways of thinking. It's very simple. I had one guy yesterday, which shout out to you, bro. He was talking about quitting alcohol. He dropped like a little bit of sauce in the comment section about quitting alcohol. Just do your research. Do your research on yourself, understand who you are, and read books. I literally cannot explain and tell you guys how beneficial learning is. It's so beneficial. Like right now, look at this. Boom. We're on the path to finish this book this week. It's not that hard, bro. It's not that difficult. Take an hour of your time every single day, which I guarantee you have an hour to learn about yourself, to journal, to read, whatever the case may be. If you have an hour, which most of you probably do, if you're sitting here watching this video, instead of watching this video, go learn about yourself. Go do some self-analyzation. I don't know. But if you have 7+ hours on your phone and you haven't learned a damn thing other than brain rot, you're a grown man or you're a grown woman. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter who you are. You're a grown man or a grown woman consuming brain rot. What? Like you don't have anything better to do with your life. Real shit. Oh, I just cussed. Dang. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I have to be putting you guys on that damn sauce. I don't want to see any of you guys average. I don't want to see any of you guys having a bitch mindset, because that's a waste of time. All you're gonna do is cry about your situation. When dudes like me just don't give a shit. I'm not worried about it. I don't really care about my situation because I'm changing my situation. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter what the past generation put in this life for me. It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do my things anyway. I'm not gonna sit here and life sucks. Life is great. Life is beautiful. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Lock in today. Go outside. Get some sun. And be great. Let's go. Let's get after it today. Nathan. Oh, right here. What video did I make yesterday? I don't even remember. You know, it's crazy. I might have brain rot. Crazy. I don't even remember. Let's see. Okay. Ooh. All right. The brutal truth about entrepreneurship and what nobody tells you is going to be right here. So watch that. If not, I don't really care. And also, I don't want you guys like mentally consuming my stuff. I don't want you guys binge watching my shit. Yeah, cool. More views, more subscribers. Nah. I'm cool on that. I hope you guys have a great day. Get after it today. Nathan Brooks is out. Boom.